Welcome to Feature Friday, a weekly series here at Shade where we break down some of my favorite features that have been released in the last week, and we hear from members of our team. This week, though, is going to be a little different because our co-founder Brandon is actually out on vacation skiing. We also have a few members of our Shade FS team having a company offsite in Europe, and so they're pooling together in person to be able to make Shade FS as incredible as it possibly can be. And a lot of our sales team are prepping for a big event at the start of February. So you're just gonna be stuck with me today, but that's okay because I have a lot of exciting things to talk about. First things first though, while there aren't a ton of new features that we released over the past week, there were a ton of bug fixes, general reliability updates, and some improvements to the UI layout. So those are some general things that, they're actually a part of every Feature Friday, but they just don't get mentioned as much because they're not as, exciting. But the reality is engineering teams are spending a ton of time to just make Shade incredible in every possible way. And some of that means they're updating new features or creating new features. And some of that means they're just making sure that everything is working properly. And both things are equally as important. So I just want to shout out the engineering team for all the hard work that they're doing. On that note, there is a new feature this week, and it's actually called PDF annotations. Now, you can see here by making sure that annotations are turned on, highlighting part of the document, and then choosing the type of annotation you want to make, you can simply type a note and then that will show up in the comments to the right. This is going to be super helpful for those of you who are working on contracts back and forth, or honestly, I don't do a ton of work with PDFs, but the possibilities for this are kind of endless in terms of how you can actually use this. And the heart of this feature goes back to our goal to make one single source of truth for all of your media and assets. That includes PDFs as well. And while we don't talk about that as much, it is a very valuable part of what Shade is becoming. So let me know in the comments how you're going to use PDF annotations in your workflows. But we also have just recently released a new website. So feel free to click the link below and check out our new website. It's honestly looks incredible. Props to the team who created it. Karina, our founding designer, had a huge hand in that, as well as a bunch of other people on our team. So shout out to them for bringing that to life. Now, lastly, in this episode of Feature Friday, I want to actually draw attention to a feature that has been around for a while, but I think it's something that a lot of people aren't actively using. And so I wanted to bring it to your attention here and basically show you a completely new way to view your assets within your Shade workspace. So I'm gonna throw it over to Tutorial Ed, who is going to break this feature down for you. So custom views within your Shade workspace are super easy to create. For starters, we have a couple of examples here. And when you click into these examples, this is in a demo workspace, so these examples won't exist in your workspace, but we can see that we have some settings. So file type is image, edited is labeled as false. So any image that doesn't have this edited box checked will show up, as well as any file type that is an image. So what this is basically doing is it's intelligently reading the metadata that you have on your images, and then it is basically only showing you the ones out of the selection that you want to see. So you're clarifying what metadata specifications you want for your particular view. Now, this can be super powerful. So if we go back to just like a stock view, if we go just back to our main drive here, we can add a new view here, or we can actually customize our current view and then save it as a new view. So that's what I like to do. I like to come over here, I'll select metadata. So let's say that I am kind of looking over a team of editors or photographers, and I just want to see anything that I haven't approved. So we'll select approval status. I want to see when it was uploaded, just because I want the edited ones. I'd love to see the focal length just for my own visibility. And then some other things. So we have AI, which will track orientation. We have a AI metadata set up for shoot lighting. We also have a style marker here. So all these things could be customized within your view. You can also change what the view is looking like. Obviously, if you're gonna be looking at all this metadata, list is honestly the best outlook for that. So we'll come up to filters to further customize. We can select either the system metadata, which is metadata that will already exist within your workspace, or the custom metadata that we've created. So I'll go ahead and select that. And because I'm trying to look at images that have not been approved. I'm just going to select approval status and then select condition and is not. And so is not approved. So it's only going to show me the ones that are not approved. So that's going to be super helpful if I'm trying to just pop into a view and check in on any deliverables that have been uploaded that have not been approved. I also like it for this reason because we have our date uploaded, which means I can see if I'm missing any recent uploads. So I can look at, oh, this was uploaded yesterday, it hasn't been approved, I need to approve it. That's super helpful. All of these other ones can be customized, and then we'll basically save this as a new view. So in this, I'm gonna name this approval status. Just make sure that everything is checked. Now, I actually don't like to flatten directories, but some of you might. And flatten directories basically means it takes everything out of any existing folders and just shows you strictly the files. So that can be helpful. I personally don't need that view for this specifically. But you can see here, you're literally gonna have display, you can change that. You're also gonna have the fit, so just how it displays the image. And then you can also make any last minute changes here within your metadata that you want shown. That's super helpful. You can set it to private. You can lock this template. So if there's a particular view you want other Drive users to be able to see but not change, you could lock it. If it's just a view that you want to be able to see, you can make it private. And then you'll create the view, and then that view will be saved here. So here you can see views created by other people, and then here you can see your own views. The other day I was talking to someone who wanted to see who uploaded the files that were being uploaded into their workspace and when they uploaded them. And so we were basically able to set up a custom metadata for them where it displayed what user uploaded the file and then also showed them what date and time the file was actually uploaded. And then with a custom view, they were able to quickly access that information about their assets literally with a click of a button. They just selected their drive and they selected their particular view, and then boom, they had their custom view. And that's all we've got for Feature Friday today. Let me know in the comments how you're going to use custom views within your workflow next week. And as always, thanks for watching and thanks for using Shade.